Good day to you, and you are now watching Brett's Picks on the Bear Network and also on his own Brett Whitehead Sports on YouTube. And we are glad to be here. How you doing, Brett?
And happy Halloween,
Brett Whitehead,
too.
I'm Gwen Schroyer. It's Halloween
Day.
It's scary. Is it scary? Yeah? You're going to eat a lot of candy?
I'm going trick-or-treating tonight.
And then you got to go see Dr. Beard. No. All the dentists in town are like, Halloween, haha. Going to be teeth cleaning next week. We hope you're having a good day. We're going to talk about college football today, high school football today, and who knows what else. The Braves, not involved in the baseball, but the World Series ended. We might talk about that a little bit.
Last night.
So we're glad to be here and hope you're ready. Let's take a look at our pickers. Pickers at the top of the list. What? Sneaking in there at number one. And Greg is right behind me. Langdon and Owen B tied at third. Dills right there at number 5. Thompson and Carpenter tied for 6th. German and then Brett Whitehead creeping up the board. You had a good week, Brett.
Yeah, even Zach Carpenter are both tied.
Yeah, really. And I think Carpenter and German both were 10-0 last week. Amazing. Garrett, you got Caden, you got Bruce, and then Ian and Coach Massengill at the bottom of the heap.
14.
Number 14. There's 14 of us. All right, first game we're going to talk about. It's a big one. A lot of people are counting this one because top 5, when they play each other, everybody wants to watch. It's an early game. It's at noon on Fox. So this Saturday, the biggest game of the whole day is at noon. Ohio State, ranked number 4, playing against Penn State, ranked number 3. This, of course, is an in-conference rivalry. Brett, who do you have?
I have Penn State.
Penn State at home.
Yeah.
And should take care of the business that they need to take care of. They're on a roll, and this is going to be a good one. This is one to watch. All right, next game, Ole Miss, ranked number 19, traveling to Arkansas. And Arkansas holding their own against Tennessee and playing fairly well throughout the season. They've had some hiccups. Another noon game, this one on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Arkansas.
Arkansas playing at home. And
not far from us.
Yeah, they're just on the other end of the state, which is about a 8-hour drive. So not far is relevant. Yeah. Arkansas playing Ole Miss. Ole Miss, I guess, really hopeful they can get on track and measure up. So we'll see. Brett picks Arkansas. Next game we have is Air Force against number 21 Army. This is a blistering match. Probably not as, blistering and well-to-known, everybody wanting to root on, but you're talking about the military, and they always have a big draw. Army, Navy's probably the biggest, but Army Air Force is another one. If you don't know this, Air Force used to be a part of the Army. It was called the Army Air Corps, and then they divided after, I think it was after World War I and going into World War II, during World War II or something like that, became their own division of the military. And tonight and Saturday they're playing against Army. That's a noon game on CBS. Brett, who do you have?
I have Army.
The Black Knights. All right.
Number 21.
I got to go for Air Force. My dad was Air Force, so I mean just because. But this game's at Army, so that's a big one up in New York. Okay, the next game we have, and we're going to look at this one a little bit differently because Vanderbilt has been the upset maker. Who did they beat? They beat Alabama.
Yeah.
They have not beaten Alabama since the 80s. So this game, it's pretty possible that they go to Auburn and have a good go of it. This is a 12:45 game on SEC Net. So Brett, who do you have?
I have
Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt.
Ooh, okay. So not really an upset, but
they're not ranked. They're not ranked.
They're not ranked. Neither team ranked. This is a road game, though. So see if Vandy can pull this one off. All right. Next game we have number 1 Oregon playing their old nemesis Michigan.
Traveling to Michigan.
They are traveling, and Michigan was, pretty well liked in the initiative at the beginning of the season, but they've had so many mishaps. New coach, first of all. 3:30 game on CBS. Who do you have in this game?
I have Oregon.
Number 1, Oregon, traveling across the country to play Michigan, or midway part through the country. All right, next game, UCLA traveling to Nebraska. Now, Lincoln, Nebraska is a plains area. When that wind is moving, it is moving. It gets cold. And right now, there is snow in Wyoming, just above or to the left of Nebraska, to the west of Nebraska. There's snow. I'm wondering if snow is going to move into Nebraska, and this be a really cold game because UCLA, that's a sunshine team. They thrive in the sunshine. Who do you have in this game?
Nebraska.
Nebraska Cornhuskers with the win.
At home.
At home, maybe in the cold. 3:30 game on Big Ten Network. Next game is North Carolina playing Florida State. Now this is a huge rivalry. The ACC, going against each other. 3:30 game on the ACC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
Florida State.
Florida State.
Has that tomahawk chop.
They do have it. Can you show us that?
No.
Okay.
Atlanta Braves,
They do like the Atlanta Braves. A lot of teams that have Native American themes, like the Chiefs, and I don't know who all does that, but you're right, the Braves do. Okay, the next team games that we're going to look at: Texas A&M holding their own at number 10. And actually, number 1 in the SEC. Did you know that?
Yeah.
They're the top undefeated team, the only remaining undefeated team in the SEC, playing at South Carolina. And that's a 7:30 game, prime time on ABC. That's going to be a big one in Columbia, South Carolina. So who do you have, Brett?
I have A&M.
Smacking the Gamecocks. Okay. Texas, I'm with you. I think that should be a Texas A&M game all the way. Next game we have Pittsburgh, or if you're from Cleveland, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, number 18, playing against SMU, number 20. That's an 8 o'clock game on ACC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. So let's see how they do with that. All right, next, here we go. Kentucky traveling down to Knoxville, Tennessee to play number 7 Tennessee. That's a 7:45 game on SEC Network, another primetime game. They used to call this the beer barrel game, but they got rid of that because of the antics of certain students and whatnot, and I think there was a couple accidents that were alcohol related. So they did away with that sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s, I remember. But this is a long time rivalry. This one goes way back. I mean, we're talking way back to Paul Bryant. Did you know Paul Bryant was the coach at Kentucky one time? And he played against General Neyland. Do you know how many times Paul Bryant won against General Neyland when they were coaching in those two schools? He never beat General Neyland. That's a great trivia question. Paul Bryant, as a coach at Kentucky, did not beat the General. Undefeated, General Neyland. All right, who do you have in this big game? Tennessee. You were waiting for me to shut up so you could say that, right? Number 7, Tennessee for the win, according to Brett. And I think those are great games to look at. This one, after a week off, Tennessee's bringing in Kentucky, who has played really well this season. So who knows? There's some prowess there, and a lot of chit-chatting back and forth, and who's going to do what. In fact, there's some former Tennessee players up there in Kentucky really rattling off some steam.
Even the one at Tennessee too.
And there's some players at Tennessee that are.
One is Boo Carter.
Boo Carter, he's having a good time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of familiarity with Kentucky and how this game's going to be played. Kentucky does use a 2-quarterback system, and they have not announced who the starter is going to be. I think Tennessee prepares for both quarterbacks regardless, even if they did announce. But each quarterback brings a little bit different, of a style to the offense. But I think Tennessee's defense is very well prepared to play anybody. I don't care who they are. Obviously, Alabama found that out. So Kentucky coming to Knoxville. This could be a fun match to watch. Make sure you're watching that, 7:45. And also, ESPN Cleveland has that game on air, so you can listen to it if you're out and about having a good time somewhere out of the house.
Don't forget the clocks come back.
That's right. This is fall back weekend. That's good. He brought that up. That's right. Sunday, make sure you set your clock backwards.
Saturday.
Well, Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Do it.
So clocks need to fall back, and that's interesting because that gives us a variance. We go back into daylight savings time.
Do it Saturday.
Make sure you set your clocks. That way you wake up and you're not, at a loss. So, hey, talk to me real quick about the World Series. Did you watch any of that?
I did.
So, one thing that I noted was how well Freddie Freeman played. He had 3 games with a home run in the World Series. That broke the record.
And he was the
MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, that first game, the leadoff or walk-in home run, but it was a grand slam.
That was in L.A.
That was in L.A. That was game 1.
Yeah, that was in
really
L.A.
crazy. So I know a lot of Braves fans don't like Freddie Freeman. I know it. They don't like, other players on the Dodgers. I get it. But when you go to the World Series, there's some nostalgia and mystique, and the players got to play, and you let go of your rooting team, and you hope for a good game that's competitive, and it really wasn't competitive. The Dodgers just pretty much handed it to the Yankees, except for the one game the Yankees won. It was pitiful.
The 2 home runs in the first inning.
Yeah.
In the game last night.
Yes.
Was Aaron Judge for the Yankees.
That's right.
And Carl Stanton for the Yankees.
For the Yankees. So everybody was yelling, the judge is back, the judge is back, Judge.
Both of them, back to back.
Back to back, and that's phenomenal. But did they win? No, they fell short. The Dodgers won. It was a landslide.
They're doing a parade.
They are doing a parade.
L.A.
Well deserved. So congratulations to all you Dodgers fans that root for them all year, and you got a big World Series championship out of it. Congratulations. All right, now this is even more important. We are at the end of the regular season for high school football. What? It's been a very exciting season. We've seen a lot of games go, one way or the other. We thought they were going to be this way, and they go that way, and we've seen, all of these things. Bradley's had an off year, definitely a rebuilding year. And I don't even like that phrase. It's an overused phrase for a team that's not doing well. But honestly, 10 or 11 starters for Bradley are out with injury and haven't played most of the season. So you're using freshmen and sophomores, in with your other starters, and it's just really hard. So definitely the phrase, hardly a reaction when I hear rebuilding season, because that's the truth.
Even that one from we got from Cleveland.
Yeah, so the quarterback that came over from Cleveland, Cash Bandy, that was awful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about tonight's game. We got one game tonight that's a big one, and the Blue Raiders. Tell us about it.
Cleveland has to travel
up to Hardin Valley.
The team we played.
Yeah, so up there in that Turkey Creek area of Knoxville, over on the west side, over the hill, you got Hardin Valley over there by Pellissippi State, and they're hosting Cleveland. Hardin Valley put up a really good fight against Bradley, and Bradley did pull it out, won that game. But Cleveland's going up there hoping that they can knock off Hardin Valley and get a piece of the region, so they go into postseason, and doing well. So let's see Cleveland go up there and do well.
You have Maryville going to Farragut
tonight.
Yeah.
So another Halloween matchup, and I can't even imagine what
those are the 2 teams we played.
Ghouls and goblins that'll be at the football fields there tonight. So
Farragut,
and Farragut.
We didn't play Farragut. We didn't play them.
We did. Bradley and Cleveland both played Farragut. And Farragut was not doing well, but they beat Bradley.
Yeah.
So, the Admirals are kind of in that hiccup year as well. Maryville is just rolling like a steam engine with all the momentum just going downhill. I mean, they are really rolling into the postseason. They will probably host out. They beat Bearden, so they're number 1 in the region, and they're going to host the first, round of their games, and if they continue to win, they're going to continue to host. So tough game for Farragut to host on senior night. Then go into tomorrow night's games.
You have East Ridge going to Hickson.
Yeah, East Ridge and Hickson. Of course, they know each other really well.
That's senior night for
Another
Hickson.
senior night.
For Hickson. East Ridge, Loudon, and Red Bank.
And Red Bank.
We played them.
So another senior night for Red Bank.
We played them
Red
already.
Bank's really good.
Meigs and Tynard.
Meigs and Tyner. So Tyner playing at Ottawa. I don't know where that game is since Tyner doesn't have a field, but
that game's gonna be at Ottawa.
At Ottawa.
Yeah.
So Ottawa hosting the Tyner games. It's just over the hill. Then Sweetwater
at Brainerd.
At Brainerd. So Brainerd hoping to close out with a positive note. And then tomorrow you also have Bradley traveling up to Bearden. That's going to be a tough one. That's the last game of the season for Bradley. McMinn Central is hosting, is it Chattanooga Central?
Chattanooga Central coming down to McMinn
Central.
McMinn Central.
So
yeah, that's Chattanooga Central.
Another one, the Battle of the Ridges. You got over there, Soddy Daisy traveling to Signal Mountain. Signal Mountain up there on the ridge, and hopeful for a dominant play against Soddy Daisy, who's not doing too bad. Meigs County.
We already said.
Howard traveling to Ottawa.
And East Hamilton traveling to Ray.
Ray County's doing really well. Then Walker Valley hosting McMinn County. Woo,
championship game.
This is the game for the region. So whoever wins this one is number one on top of the heap. And we want to see Walker Valley pull it out. As Bradley fans, we don't like McMinn.
Grace Knoxville. Out of Knoxville. Coming down to play
Boyd Buchanan.
Our former
That's right.
assistant coach.
There you go. All right, so that wraps it up, and that will be the end of our regular season football coverage. Next week we can talk a little about postseason and kind of go into that. But with Bradley out of it, it's kind of hard to really go woo. So you got anything else?
Tonight is the block party.
Listen to Brett tonight. You don't want to miss this. Go downtown. I don't know what
time.
5:30.
All the roads are going to be.
All the roads will be closed. So find a parking place and walk in there. Don't park illegally because your car will get moved and you won't find it.
All the roads are going to be closed.
But yeah, go to downtown block party. There's going to be Treat Street where you get a massive bag of candy and it's goodness. It's just you know what that is. It's just excellence in a bag and. You just want to eat it, You don't want to share. You hope somebody that you're with got their own bag because I ain't, sharing. But also there will be music down there playing at the courthouse.
Yeah.
And you'll want to catch that. Plus, it's just fun to go out and see all the costumes and, all the people get out and just having a good time. So get out there and do it. There's also food and, all those kind of things that you would expect going on. And if you're lucky, you can walk over towards Lee and go to Centenary Avenue, and those people got it going on over there. That's like the history of Cleveland and Halloween. Those are merged together. We can talk about Treat Suite and Block Party and all that, but Centenary Avenue, marvelous location. Even if you're not getting candy, it's fun to just walk through there. And I hear Tall Betsy's coming out, so look out. I don't know if you want to be around when Tall Betsy. You might want to. If you do, get a picture with him. So anyway. Fun. Anything else?
Tonight, not tonight, Saturday, my niece Harper and Everly are going to be
basketball tournament.
Right here at Bradley.
Yeah, okay.
Our very own Coach Jason Reuter.
Nice.
Is going to be.
Reuter's got it going on.
Going to be hosting the tournament.
It going on. That's excellent.
At 8 in the morning.
Okay, so it's an all day.
Yeah, all day.
All day. So
all day.
Come out and see some good basketball.
All day.
Youth basketball is a lot of fun. My grandson Parker, hey Parker, he plays for Oak Grove. Yeah.
Like all day through the afternoon and like in the evening.
It's awesome.
Like the girls on the bottom of our floor, the little girls
up on the top.
Up on the top of the
I've been to those. My granddaughter played for Oak Grove as well. I've been to those. It's really neat. And the Barretts are out there helping.
Yeah.
They're refereeing and doing the scorekeeping.
My friend's going to be there tonight.
Who's that?
Avery.
Avery? Yeah.
Senior.
Yeah, this is her big year. You
Senior.
better believe it.
Basketball season's going to be starting very soon.
I saw a picture. It had all of them, all the seniors, and it said final ride. And I was like, oh, man. I remember when they were freshmen. It's hard to believe. This is their last year playing.
Basketball season's going to be starting soon.
It is, just a couple weeks. And we'll have a game right here.
On Thanksgiving.
Thursday, the 21st, I think. Well, the week before Thanksgiving, there's a game
on the 28th.
On the 21st, there's a game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It's that Thursday.
Thanksgiving's on the 28th of this month.
That's right. And then they have a tournament here. All right. Well, I think we've covered everything. Oh, my goodness. That's a lot. And until next week, we'll see you
on the sideline.